and then we'll go into the body. Okay? So when we look at the body, there's so much, like tomorrow I'm doing a 3-hour workshop on this. So it's all like how the body works and how it moves. So we have 320 muscles on the right side, and then we have 320 muscles on the left side. And from a very early age, we choose to either be right-handed or left-handed. And then what happens is as the body predominantly is being used on one side, we develop what we call compensatory patterns. So the body begins to compensate, and it compensates for just using one side. So there's kind of one angle of it. Another angle of it is all of us here experience trauma at some point within their life. Has everybody here experienced trauma? Okay? So a lot of times we'll think that we've experienced trauma and then that's part of our past, and it has nothing to do with where we are right now. Wouldn't that just be lovely if that was the case? Right? But it's not. Okay? We're in car accidents, we go through abusive relationships, we have damage, and that gets embedded within our bodies. It gets embedded within our tissue. Right? Okay, so then we have that stuff. Then we have present life living. I sat today for probably about 5 hours. My body is not really designed to sit behind a chair and to sit behind a computer doing this for 5 hours a day with my head forward and my shoulders rolled over. Okay? So then we have also that stuff. So when we start practicing yoga, the best place to start practicing is right where we are, and start paying attention to just how our body is. Right? Do we turn one foot out? Does one knee tend to do one thing and the other knee tends to do the other? Do we tend to stand slouched over? Right? Right? How does our body, how are we working? So as we start practicing the Hatha yoga part, right, the asana part, what we want to do is we're using the mind, right, to pay attention in a very non-judgmental fashion as to really, what do we got to work with here? Right? What do we have to work with? And spiritual practice always just starts in the moment. Right? It's not about the past, it's not about the future. It's about starting right where you are, and then knowing that if you put your attention on something, that you're going to magnify it. Because that's how the mind works. So when I first started to practice Hatha Yoga, my toes didn't spread at all. They were like kind of glued together. So I remember when I would try to spread my toes, I'd be like, nothing. Right? But what I did was I kept practicing. And as I kept practicing, all of a sudden one day, my little toe just started to flicker. And I was like, whoa, oh my gosh. So then I kept doing it, and then all of a sudden the big toe started to move. Right? So energy goes wherever our attention is. So as we start practicing the asanas, as long as we're being attentive, right, we're listening to hopefully good cues, right, we're breathing deeply, we're learning to relax, right, then we're going to start to unwind trauma. We're going to start to create a better balance between the right and the left sides. And we're going to help burn up some of that sitting behind the computer that most of us have to do every day.